everything I just told you is totally useless unless you learn how.
Hey mom, procrastination is like
Dating a celebrity.
Okay.
It's exciting, glamorous, and ultimately disappointing when you realize they have zero commitment due to the busy trap.
PTSD.
In this video, I'm gonna reveal my 3-step system, why smart students procrastinate, why it seems like they thrive in chaos, and how learning this simple hack saved my house. Stick around to the end and I have something special for you. But first, let me show you what happened when I didn't use this system. At first, I was afraid. I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, and I grew strong and I learned how to get along. Oh no, not I will survive. I survived. Barely. Your child is smart. You is kind. You is smart. You is important. Every child has the potential to be smart if we help them reach it. Proverbs 12:24 says, "The hand of the diligent shall bear rule, but the slothful shall be under tribute." Simply put, procrastination equals people being all up on your neck and stuff, causing more drama and stress. So the first reason smart students procrastinate is unmet needs. My youngest daughter has ADHD. She's a freshman in high school. I used to get on her about her classwork, man. It was just like, what is happening? This honor student almost failing because she wouldn't turn her stuff in because she forgets. Another issue I had with her is pressing the snooze button, not getting up on time, and almost even missing the bus. Until I developed the first step of my system. One day she was slipping back into her fraudful ways of snoozing, and I simply said to her, I woke her up and I said, hey, listen, we spoke about, you said you wanted more responsibility. However, if you cannot be responsible enough to go to bed on time at night so that you're not hitting the snooze button, then I'm gonna have to take your phone from you since I'm waking you up anyway. Is that what you want? She was like, no ma'am. I apologize. It won't happen again. And because I wanted to leave her on the high note, I knew she had cheer practice that night before, which is probably why she was so tired. So I said, hey, how was cheer practice last night? And she lit up like a light bulb. She said, Mom, it was great. They used my cheer routine. So let me pause for the cause. So the secret is identifying their top 2 basic needs. So because I know that her top 2 basic needs are significance and growth, let me show you how I filled her cup before 7 a.m. before she went to school. So I asked her, I said, oh, they used your dance routine, huh? Would you like to show it to me? She showed me her dance routine. Life was good. She was beaming on her way to school. Why? Because the first step of the system works. When your smart student is procrastinating, it's because one of their top 2 basic needs are not being met. Once you identify those 2 needs, you're ready for step 2 of the system.
Okay, last one. Parenting is like
being in a bad reality show where you're both the contestant and the judge, and the prize is a warm cup of coffee before noon, which I don't drink, by the way.
That's sad.
Okay, so step 2 only works if you've already identified the top 2 basic needs, so make sure you do that first, okay? Okay. So my oldest daughter, Dejanay, the one who has been interrogating me, interviewing me. When she was younger, she was what I considered my obedient child. Once she began therapy, I asked her a question. I asked her to tell me how she experienced me as a parent. Y'all, it wasn't pretty. I braced myself because she said something that broke my heart. And at the same time, I knew I needed to be present for her. She told me, Mom, you were always there for me, but I felt unloved by you. Oh, talk about a blow to the heart. I knew it was gonna be bad. I didn't know it was gonna be this bad, y'all. So hearing those words had me in a chokehold. However, I had a decision to make. Would I make it about me? Will I lean in and become curious? So I breathed and I said, continue. Please tell me the ways in which I was there for you, but you still felt unloved. She explained that although I was physically present, yes, emotionally, I was not available and I did not meet her needs. So she felt unloved. Now, after that conversation, I realized this second part of my system. I was not filling her cup with stuff that she needed. Her top two basic needs are significance and contribution. So therefore, I learned that once you have identified their top two basic needs, step two is fill their cup with those needs every day. Bonus points if you can do it before school. Even if you only have 5 minutes a day, because I hear you, girl, I'm so tired. I got so much to do. Do you know how many kids I got? I don't care how many kids you have. And if you have only 5 minutes, be sure you are spending those 5 minutes filling their cups with their top two basic needs. And watch how great your life will be.
Okay, Ma, one last question. Our family tree is like...
Less like a majestic oak tree, more like a tangled bonsai after a squirrel raid.
What?
Now, this third and final step, first of all, it's not gonna be what you expect, but hear me out. So why do smart students seem to thrive in chaos and looming deadlines? When I was younger, they found out that I have the IQ of a genius. However, I was not reaching my potential and even flunked geography. I was turning in assignments late. I was forgetting stuff. What was happening to me was decision fatigue. It's a real thing, y'all. And when smart kids are dealing with family conflict, aka family dysfunction, they have to decide whether or not they're going to armor up against what's going on in the family while simultaneously also deciding how they're going to handle everything that's going on at school. And depending on how intense the family conflict is, they weigh their options against doing the homework up until the last minute, spending all of their emotional energy, unfortunately, armoring up against the chaos going on at home. So they don't reach their potential because they're not focused on the things that matter the most. Their time and energy is cluttered with conflict. When my son was younger, he worked my entire nerves, okay? When he became a teen, we had sort of a strained relationship. I remember one time he was clearly angry, and because he's so much taller than me, he kind of stood up and looked like he was trying to get active. I looked at him, I said, son, I love you. However, this ain't what you want, and I don't want to do this with you. Clearly, you are angry with me about something. So I am going to right now give you the energy and the space to get whatever it is off of your chest so that we can move forward. He shared with me that he was angry with me because when he was younger, I sent him to live with his father. He felt abandoned by me. Even though I was still there, I sent him to live with his father. He felt abandoned. So we had the conversation and I let him know that, he's a black boy. Although me and his father could not work it out as a couple, one thing that I knew his father was good at was surviving in America as a black man. And I wanted him to teach our son how to survive, stay alive in America as a black man. And that's why I sent him to live with him. After I had the conversation with my son understood. We had more conversations around it. He told me why he felt the way he felt. And now things are so much better. He will FaceTime me now just to work my nerves. And that's all because the final step in my system, finding out your parenting style and making adjustments when needed. Finding out your parenting style is helpful because it may be causing conflict, chaos, and standing in the way of your smart student reaching their potential. However, everything I just told you is totally useless unless you learn how to identify your child's top two basic needs. So be sure to click the free download in the description and subscribe to receive notifications for the next video when I show you how to do that. Hope this was helpful. See you next video.